Hey everybody, welcome to the MakerDAO community call. My name is David Utrobin. I work at the Maker Foundation doing community development. And so yeah, welcome to the call. We do these every Tuesday, and we do the call for a couple of reasons. Number one, we really love building our community. Number two, we like educating our community. Number three, we want to keep you informed what's going on week to week. And so usually I do like a weekly update that's actually been put together by various people in our community. And also, every once in a while, we have really good guests. And so, without actually further ado, a little bit of further ado, we do have a bunch of really great guests today, and they're all part of one big awesome pilot that we have begun to run in Latin America. And so in the chat, I can't invite all of you guys to the video, but maybe like one person at a time. I'll try, but who should I invite first? I could read the chat, so just call it out. If you want, I could put you up first, Lewis. While they figure that out, after we do the first half an hour with our guests talking about the Latin America action groups, for the latter half of the call, we're gonna go through kind of the weekly update from the perspective of Charles's weekly MIPS update, as well as the draft of the Maker Relay. As some of you may have noticed, the Maker Relay was not published yesterday. It was a US holiday, it was Labor Day. So many of the people in the contributing team who put it together were off. But thankfully, we're actually assembling later today to publish it. So the link right below me that says check out the latest Maker Relay still works. It just links to a forum tag that should be listed by the latest at the top. So you should be able to click that later and access the latest relay. And so I guess I'm going to invite Lewis on the screen first. And let me know if that's all right. And additionally, I'm going to paste a link to a description of what this Latin American action group pilot actually is. If I could find that while Lewis accepts the invite. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so you guys can check this out. Let me know, Lewis, if you are having any problems. Oh, there you are. Hey, what's up, man?
How are you, David?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Okay, great. Sorry about the mess. We have a little problem in the
Yeah.
house with water.
Oh, it's okay, man. My house is a total mess half the time, so don't worry. Yeah, so what's up, man? Nice to meet you. You're in Venezuela or Brazil?
No. Right now, I'm on Venezuela. I'm one of
Venezuela.
the ambassadors of Venezuela.
Cool.
We are
Nice.
a team of three teammates,
Yeah,
three friends, and we are Alejandro that is over here as well, and Diego. I think he's still not here right now,
cool.
but we are three.
Nice. So it's so the Latin American action groups is actually focused. The pilot is focused on two different countries for those of you watching. So there's Venezuela and there's Brazil, and so you guys are the three on the Venezuela team. Sorry, my memory. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So how'd you get involved with this idea? And actually, even before you answer that, how would you describe what the action groups are? Like, what do you do?
Okay, well, first, I've been working with the maker community about for like 2 years. I know Mariano Di Pietrantonio for
Nice.
over 2 years, and well, I started as like an assistant of him in marketing and all that stuff. And well, the past month, at start of the year of the 2020, he told me about making an action group, and maybe alone or with some friends, for the having a strong adoption of DAI here on Latin America, because he sees in his country in Argentina that DAI it's like something pretty cool. It's awesome, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And well, I thought that yeah, they might address a lot of issues that we have here in Venezuela. Then I contact on Twitter Diego and later Alejandro.
Nice.
And
Oh,
well,
so you guys met on Twitter.
yeah, on
It's
Twitter.
funny how that works.
Yeah,
That's really cool. Yeah.
yeah. So well, and the action group, it's like right now, helping people, showing them the solutions that they can address here in Venezuela. Like having your own dollar account is like our slogan
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty that much like talking to people, forming a community, well, building a pretty cool and strong community with a
Nice.
lot of people here.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's the mission.
So did you participate in a lot of Mariano and Nadia's like in-person events last year before COVID hit us all?
And no, actually, I haven't traveled outside Venezuela.
Yeah. Yeah, that
I've
makes sense.
been pretty busy over here with college and all that.
Nice.
And all my work have been in here in the country.
Nice. 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 So who do you think we should invite on the camera next, and who's sharing the screen, and who I know we're kind of just winging it today, so no pressure at all.
Thanks. Well, if you want, you can. I don't know if you want to talk to Alejandro to
Let's
see
do it.
his point of view, and maybe Caio, the Brazilian ambassador.
All right, cool. Yeah, I would love somebody from the Brazil side. Just comment in the chat, and I'm gonna send you the invite to the screen. So Alejandro, I sent you the invite just now. You should be able to connect in a second. Oh yeah, how do you say ciao? That's how you say it.
It's Caio.
Kayo. Kayo.
Okay.
Yeah, see, conflating words, Cool. So
Yeah.
Alejandro, I sent you the invite, and Kayo, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and send you the invite too. I'm pretty sure we can have multiple people on the screen, like I've had it before. Yeah, there we go. Hey,
Hey,
what's up,
hi.
man? What's up, Alejandro?
What's up?
So you're in the Venezuela team or the
Yes,
Brazil
yes,
team?
I am.
Nice,
No,
nice.
no, I am Venezuela team.
Venezuela team. Okay, cool. So
Yes,
how did you get involved? Through Twitter, through getting connected with Luis, right?
yes. And is for Twitter, and Luis contact me with Diego. Diego
Yeah,
is my friend all the time in school,
yeah,
and have the project of DAI and the adoption of the currency in Venezuela.
yeah,
And it, I see a good opportunity to bring DAI in Venezuela,
yeah,
alternative of the devaluation of the currency here, and is a great option.
yeah. So how much do each of you use Dai personally?
I use from savings, and I use from boys something like, I don't know,
Do you guys send it to each
five.
other? And I mean, I know like me and my friends, like I'm in New York, so me and my friends actually, the ones that know about Dai, we send it to each other all the time. Like if I pay for a meal, we'll send it to each other. Do you guys do that too?
Well, no.
Uh,
Right now, no, because there are not a lot of shops or restaurants like
Yeah,
accepting
but
Thai. We,
between
we are we are
friends.
working. Oh no, well, between friends, we for example are using the function, a pretty fun function of Dharma Wallet that you can
Yeah.
send through the Twitter user. I don't know if you
Oh, the
have
widget.
used it.
Yeah, I remember they came out with it, but I couldn't find it or see it when I started llooking for it again. Yeah,
Yeah, we
there
have
needs to be
been.
solutions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey
Cool.
everyone, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? Kaio.
Caio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool. Sweet.
Cool.
how's
I'm
it
glad I'm
going?
glad I got that right. I have a
Hi,
terrible working
Caio.
memory sometimes.
Hi my
Hey,
friends,
what's
how's
up,
it
man?
going?
So you have to tell us how it's going in Brazil, man.
Oh, that's okay, man. I'm really glad to be here with you guys today, and it's my first presentation in English. So if my grammar doesn't work as well, I mean, Don't embarrass me, okay?
Dude, I can understand you perfectly, and I'm an English speaker. I hear every word you're saying, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you, appreciate for that. So I created my YouTube channel. Actually, I'm a bit different from the guys from of Venezuela. I created my YouTube channel. Hey Nadia, how's it going?
Hi,
And
Nadia.
I started to talk about crypto and Bitcoin for Brazilians, and then I started to learn and practice my understanding on Ethereum as well, and then
Yeah.
I become like I try to make some courses with Ivan on Tech,
Oh, sweet.
and I
Really?
have yes, and I have like 3 courses, 2 with Amadil Brands, that is MakerDAO ambassador of I think he is from Amsterdam or so,
Yeah.
and I did some courses with him and Ivan as well, and their team, and the guys are awesome. So I learned a lot with them, and also I've been pressing using DeFi from a long time.
Nice.
Like in the last year, I started to using Uniswap and other stuff like creating CDPs of MakerDAO. Try to learn how that
All
how
right, all right. I have a question for you. What do you like better, the term CDP or Vault?
Vault. I
You
prefer
I
like
Vault.
love
Vault
Vault
better?
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, right now
yeah.
Vault
Ooh,
is,
Like
but
interesting.
CDP is like the more famous one. You know, like
Yeah,
all people know
it's the
CDP.
original. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but why do you like Vault more?
because it's easier to say, huh?
I
Like
guess you're right.
CDP,
It transfers between languages easier, right?
yeah, because
Yeah.
CDP you gotta translate the shortcut. So it's gonna be easier if people can understand Vault, because Vault here in Brazil, everyone knows what Vault means. You know,
So what does it mean to you guys in Brazil?
it means a place that you can store your money safely.
Safely. That's the keyword, right? Safely. So interesting. Cool. Cool. So, question for let's switch it up. Alejandro, what kind of stuff have you done for the action group?
Stop in WhatsApp and
You started the
start.
WhatsApp group? I can't hear you. Sorry. I think you're
I
cutting out a little
think
bit.
yeah, the internet here in Venezuela, it's not pretty cool.
It's okay. It's okay. But so maybe you guys could tell me. So Alejandro, he created. It sounded like he was saying he created the groups, right? He created the WhatsApp group. Like you guys have
No,
different
no.
venues for communications, right?
Yeah, right now we have presence in 4 medias and on Twitter.
Yeah,
We have an Instagram page,
yeah.
a Telegram group, and we have a Medium blog where we post we post information like every week for like the solutions that I addresses over here, like having real uh, use cases on Venezuela.
Nice, nice. So let's do this. So the people that are watching or that are in the chat, if you guys are interested in the action group or any questions, feel free to post questions. I'll ask them on your behalf happily. So one of the things that I really liked about well, actually, pause. Let me kind of explain where my role is in this whole thing. So Mariano and Nadia submitted this pilot program to this thing called the Community Development Initiative proposal. It's like a framework we have for proposing micro grants for people that are doing interesting things to build the community, like you guys are and gals. And so when I was reading through it, something that really stuck out to me about these action groups is that you guys are creating a very interesting feedback loop, right? Like, not only are you educating the people that are in your immediate vicinity, but also they're giving you feedback as to how they want to be educated, what they're confused about, uh, you know, uh, etc., etc. So like I really like that because I think every single country is unique in its in the people that are there. And like Venezuela and Brazil are two different countries. They might be close by, uh, but I imagine that the use case in Venezuela is slightly different than the use case in Brazil. But like, the use case really is the same. It's to store safely your crypto dollars, the value that you produce as an individual, right? So yeah, so I had a small part in reviewing the action group, and I really loved that idea of the feedback mechanism, and helping to really uh, paint the picture for each individual country. And so you guys really are the pilot team, and I just want to compliment you guys. You guys have been killing it. So there's actually
Thanks,
there's
thanks.
actually no, seriously, like in the group chat in Telegram, there's a whole spreadsheet of the different educational resources that you all created together, the different communities that you've been working to build up, and that kind of effort doesn't go unnoticed. You guys have been really, really doing great stuff, and it shows.
Oh,
Uh,
man, thanks for that, man. That is amazing to hear, because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are like in the dark, we're trying to figure out how to do so, because it's just so new to us. I mean,
yeah,
it's so new for me, and I guess it's new for all the guys from Venezuela as well. So it's just amazing to hear that you are liking what we are doing here over here.
yeah, I love it. I mean, I can't read Spanish, but I can read one word. It says "die," and like I know. I'm just joking. But yeah, no, I do really appreciate it, and it's the whole idea behind DAI is that it's a global crypto dollar, right? It should transcend borders, and like one idea that falls in line with that is it should transcend languages, it should transcend countries, and so like if it started in the U.S. or started in English-based countries, how does it spread to Spanish, to Portuguese, to Brazil? You get what I'm saying, right? And I think that you guys are really building kind of the home base in each of your respective countries. And that's something that I found really special about this pilot program. Uh, and so, yeah, all right, I have a question for you guys. We have maybe like 12 minutes left until the half of the call. Uh, my question for you is, have you found any new community rock stars or people that are really outstanding in these Telegram groups and on Twitter that are local to you guys?
Well, in our group, on Twitter, we here on Venezuela haven't found someone like a rock star, as you said. But for example, in the Telegram groups, we have a lot of persons that they are like giving the die message, and they are like spreading it out. Pretty cool. For example, we have some guy that it's like always searching information and all that for helping people here, because right now we talk a lot about the
Hi
high
again.
gas
Hey,
prices, you know,
Sorry,
welcome back.
and
my
he's
internet
always
connection.
¿Qué pasó, Ale? Well, he's always like talking, for example, on layer two solutions and how we can like address these gas problems. And yeah, we have like one or two people on our group that it's honestly doing a great job, aside us
Yeah.
as the team of Venezuela.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about that is somebody had sent me this guide to understanding communities, and like different like communities are made up of individuals, right? Like the four of us, but each individual has like a different function, right? So there's like a customer service function, which a lot of like the centralized services they have, right? You can go to Chase Bank or whatever the bank there are in Venezuela and Brazil. You can go there and they'll help you recover your password. They'll explain, maybe they won't explain things to you because it's opaque, but it's important in a decentralized system to have part of the community be like a very real grassroots customer service type, and it's cool. And I think that the three of you, and also the ones that aren't actually on video, you guys are kind of like the meta customer service people, but like not just customer service, like it, I don't mean it in like a bad way at all. Like you guys are really like pouring yourselves out to help the people that need this service, which I really really like. And so let's see. It's up to you guys. We have 9 minutes left. Is there anything that's top of mind for any of you?
Like I want to say that here in Brazil, I'm trying to build the community around the social medias as well. Like we got a Telegram group with more than 260 people already, and we got a Medium blog post, and we got Instagram with 180 people. We got a Twitter.
So hold on. So what do you post on Instagram? I'm curious because Instagram is very visual, right?
Yeah. I just posted like 3 photos. One was the MakerDAO logo, and then the DAI logo, and then after that, I try to publish some news about something, or only on the stories, and some things about yield farming with the wipeout.
Nice.
For you can use the MakerDAO as well. So
gotcha.
something
sorry
like
to cut
that.
you off. Keep going. Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure how to create this community in a sustainable way, that the people can join, the people can interact and engage with the community, and sharing some ideas, trying to build some commerce around the DAI, around the crypto. And
that's interesting. Building commerce, right? So what do you mean by that? Like you mean like actual economic activity, exchanging, getting stores to do it? Yeah.
Like selling things,
Yeah.
I myself sell. I sell course for the people to learn to farm and how to use DeFi protocols as well.
Nice.
And I receive my payments on DAI, and I receive my payments on Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So and I spread the idea that the people need to have, that they can sell their things, their cars, their products, their services for this crypto thing, that we don't have to pay taxes for anything. It's just
you guys do you. I pay my taxes.
I mean I pay my tax. I pay my tax. I pay my tax. I just say to the people, if they want, if they like, for those small things,
it becomes your own power. Evading a tax is like, it's a criminal. It's criminal, totally.
Yeah.
But there's a very real function to taxes, and people do want to give back to their communities, and like we're part of countries, right? And countries are definitely like a huge thing to support by the people that live in them. So I feel you on governments charging unjust taxes, and that's why we have lawyers, right? And that's why we have lawyers, and that's why we have some lobbyists who aren't corrupt, right? That are fighting for the people, that are fighting for rightful taxation, right? But the cool thing about DAI is it lets people have true financial independence. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here in Brazil, we have a few taxation things. Like as we were talking about taxes, I would like to say that, if we have, if you trade or sell or buy DAI or any crypto, and you have with more than 30,000 reais, that is like $5,600.
Yeah.
For in a period of 1 month, you will be taxed with 15%.
Wow.
And if you
even
do
if there's
trade,
no gains, even if it's like 1-to-1.
Yeah. If even it's just over the capital gains. I mean, it's just over the
so it is on gains.
Yeah, on the gains. Okay. Yeah, on the gains.
Oh, right, because it's DAI to the Rios. They're called. What are they called?
Real.
Yeah.
Real. It's like real.
So okay, cool. Because the exchange rate on those two change, and so do they let you declare losses in a similar way? Yeah.
So we can like minus the losses that we got.
Yeah.
We can.
See, so like that makes a little bit of sense to me.
It's because
just
that is
scary, right? Who's doing the math, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the big question.
and you gotta have a accountant because man,
Yeah.
you can imagine that every time you will be trading how for DAI or
Yeah.
so, you gotta be accounting everything, because
Right.
it's
right.
too hard, it's too difficult. Here in Brazil, you spend thousands of hours
It's
each
very
year
similar in New York, at least. Like
It's
New York is
crazy.
one of the highest tax states, and like I hate it, but I love it. Like I love New York for a lot of reasons, but yeah, I mean that's why hiring a tax accountant is really important, despite where you live.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
And people who do day trading,
hmm
they pay 20% if they pass off
Yeah.
5K.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild. So we got about 4 minutes. Maybe Mariano or Nadia, are you guys interested in coming on for a sec? I'm gonna just all right, cool. I'm gonna invite you guys on. Let's see how many people we can get on the video. This is gonna be by far like the biggest like group session that I've had on these community calls, which says something. It's really cool. All right, I sent you guys the invites. All right, sweet. What's up,
Hey,
handsome?
Marian, what's up?
Hey, Nadia.
Hey
Hi.
guys.
Hey, Nadia.
All right, so Mariana and Nadia, what are top of minds for you?
What?
What's top of mind for you? Yeah, like what do you guys think about this whole pilot?
We were talking with Nadia the other day, like we are really happy with it because there's like a lot of things that you miss if you are not in the ground,
Yeah.
right? The other day, Luis was talking to Nadia and I, and all the different regulations, all the different like intricacies of the people in Venezuela regarding, for example, with fake bills.
Yeah.
That it's like for us it was like something completely new, but it's totally understandable when you have like a de facto dollarization in the country with a country that is not printing the money that's being used.
Yeah.
And you know that these things started to pop up like just naturally, faking bills,
Monopoly
right?
money. Jeez.
Yeah, that's correct. And if you think for a moment, maybe a person that is doing everything in the best faith possible, he ended up having one of these bills, and it can, like complete.
It's theft
Up,
without them even knowing, and then they get in trouble for spending it, right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
correct.
Jeez.
That's correct. And we are talking of a nation that, well, Luis, how's the minimum wage in Venezuela?
What? Sorry?
The minimum wage.
The minimum wage in Venezuela.
Minimum wage is like the salary.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. The
Hourly
minimum,
rate.
Hourly rate.
The minimum wage here is like monthly, and right now is honestly the minimum wage as it is like $1.1. But
Wow.
the
Yes.
government give like a bonus of like for buying food, and it reached like $2.2. But for example, Christmas, carnivals, and all other bonuses that the government gives to people, all that people can gain for working in a public place, and for like in hospitals or schools, people can reach even like $5. I think it's like
Yeah.
$4.4, like
Yeah,
that.
wow.
What people gains over here.
I have a
That's
What was that,
per
Nadia?
month, right?
But
Is
per
that
month.
Yes.
Per month,
Per month,
yeah,
yes.
per month.
I have a question, Luis. What you can do with $5 in a month in Venezuela?
With $5, you can buy like a kilogram of pasta, rice, maybe a half kilogram of cheese, a quarter kilogram of coffee, and I think that's it.
That's not bad,
No.
actually. That's not bad, but still. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
you
per
can even
month,
have
man.
like
$5 per
chicken
month. How can you
or
survive?
meat.
Hold on.
It-
Yeah,
Who-
you
who-
can survive.
Who am I
People
listening?
here survive with 4 or 5 jobs.
Yeah.
If not, you can survive here.
Yeah.
Well, and that's those are the things that we like don't know there, because let's the other day, for example, we were searching where are the best wallet for Venezuela in order to transact, because if we are going to a person is saying, hey, you will be spending like $3 per transaction, they will look at you and they will have laughs, right? So these are the things that we are start like, we start like, we need to know. We need to know about that, right? And with Nadia, although we work really hard in Latin America, probably we are applying like the same vision when it comes to work outside of Argentina, right? Because we don't have like all this knowledge that the guys are right now putting in.
I think we learn a lot with the guys, like, because we have like a local vision and maybe the crypto vision, because we have been on this maker and DeFi micro universe for a while. So it's hard for us to understand what's happening in other countries. And they give us a reality check that is very important for us as the Latin American members of Maker, but also like what they call the crypto scene. Like whenever we talk with different crypto funds or other projects from the United States or from Europe, we always like transmit what we learn with the guys, because like we understand what is happening in Argentina, and now we have this broader vision about Brazil and Venezuela that is very different. Like Venezuela is completely different from Argentina, and Brazil is another universe. So and one thing that I'm very happy about is that these guys are in love of Maker.
You know, this is something that like I've noticed in a lot of the people in our community, and actually the reason that I really fell in love with Maker when I was a community member before I was even hired, it's like I came and like every single person I met, you could just like look in their eyes and you could see they just have like this fire burning desire to like help Maker. Like they'll do it for free. They'll like you know, for me, like I was an operations manager in a warehouse in New Jersey. And on my lunch break, I would be on Reddit, like commenting, helping people, and like it wasn't work to me. It was like it was almost fun, you know. I was learning, you know, and it's so great, yeah. But yeah, what Nadia says is exactly right. You know, it's an important feedback loop for us around the world to really share with each other, to understand which communities need DAI the most. How do you promote DAI to the people that need it the most? How do you convince them that it's something that they need, you know?
Yeah, and in that line, another thing that it's really helpful for us is with Nadia, we have an approach here when we onboard the partners or when we try to find potential use cases, is that like we need to understand, but we really need to understand how people manage money, how people know about money, what they do, what they hate, what they
what
love.
Technology they use.
Yeah, I mean, everything. And then with Nadia, we try to come up with a tailored use case for the partner that we are trying to onboard. And this is like really helpful for us, because if we are going to talk to, let's say, for example, a mobile wallet in Venezuela, we found out that they have like very different processes from mobile wallets to Brazil and for Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of giving them like, you know, like let's say a template of how to implement DAI in the wallet, we really need to study the case. We need to say, okay, you need to implement in this way. You have to have this go-to-market strategy in this other way.
You need the granular details.
Yes, the granular details, right? Because in that way, you will make DAI a successful product in the country, right?
Yeah.
We really don't like this approach. Like, okay, this is DAI, use it on your country, and that's it. Right?
Yeah.
We need to go and see what is happening in every city. For example, Luis, you are from Barquisimeto, right? It's like a different. Yeah, it's just like a different thing of what is happening in Caracas. right? So the same for Cayo.
Yeah, yeah.
Cayo is from Fortaleza.
One example is that, for example, in Caracas is like right now the only place in all Venezuela and in Caracas and in Bolivar State that they have electricity like all day. In all the states, the electricity shuts down like 4 or 6 hours per
Wow.
day, every week.
Wow. What
It's
do you do when
something
there's no
crazy.
electricity? Like no lights in the house?
Play video
Nothing?
games on my cell phone, and
Well,
that's it.
Wow,
Nothing
that's
else.
insane.
one
That's
fun
Yeah.
insane.
fact, one fun fact about Venezuelans is that they are the happiest people in the world. So like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, we
this,
gotta keep working with a smile, you know, because
Yeah.
you have no electricity, and they're like,
It's okay. You could see the light emanating from their smiles, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
But yeah.
adding another aspect of the guys' work is that they are creating content in Spanish and Portuguese.
Yeah.
And I think we need that. Like everything is in English, and in Latin America, there are just a few who can really understand
Well,
it.
that's what you and Mariano were doing before you guys did the action groups. I remember that. I think maybe I can't remember if it was Mariano, you or both of you, but I remember you guys were translating the Maker blog, right?
Yeah, Mariano,
Yeah.
that.
Mariano was, yeah.
Yeah.
But we needed Portuguese content because Brazil is an amazing market, and okay, we had the partnerships, we have the use cases, but we didn't have like all this content to bring more people to use these things. So
Yeah.
now we are thinking with the guys, which content do we need? And we are like not just translating the content, but also like speaking on and on each in a language that Venezuelans or Brazilians can understand, like giving local
Yeah.
examples. And it has been amazing. I have learned a lot about Brazil and Venezuela's financial world. It has been like great. I really like this experiment we are doing
Same.
to expand our community.
Same.
Yeah.
Cool. We're like 8 minutes over the half of that hour. 2 more minutes. Kyle, it's all you. What did you want to say?
No, I was just to say that the tutorials and the videos that we are creating is just amazing to be spreading the word of DAI and spreading how that could be better for the people.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing for me. When I got into DAI, when I got into Maker, before I start to work here and with you in the action group, I just thought that this is a more horizontal way to distribute the currency. You know, you gotta be trusting what that make the value of it. So that was what got me into it. That we could make this everything that we can see on the blockchain of DAO, of the DAI, and it is amazing. It is amazing. That was the thing that got me into that. And when I met Nadia for the first time, it was amazing. She is amazing. She's an amazing person, and I'm just
I share
happy
that
to
same
be working with her.
experience. Nadia is indeed awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mariano is amazing as well, but Nadia got me first.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm loving the whole group vibe, and I think we're building a really strong community here, and I think all the work that that you individually all are doing is really really great, and so I think we're doing something really special here.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. With that, I'm gonna kick all of you guys off. And for like the last 20 minutes, I know Anna's been watching. Let me know, Anna, if there's anything specific. But I'm gonna go through Charles's weekly MIPS update, and MIPS are maker improvement proposals. They kind of go through the different things that the community itself is proposing to change or amend in the maker protocol. So yeah, cool. This was a really great conversation.
Yeah, it was nice.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Peace. Take care, Luz. All right. Sweet. I think I'm gonna share my screen so that I don't blind you guys with my smile. So give me just a second here. Oh god, I don't know. My computer's doing crazy things right now. Hold on. Okay. And share screen. Let's share an application window. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, that was a real breath of fresh air. That was really great. So, weekly MIPS update number 14. So we got 20 minutes left. I'm gonna try to like fly through this as quickly and as painlessly as possible. Charles is one of the people who's behind MIPS in general, and he's been a total legend at kind of making the MIPS process fit Maker compared to how a similar process fits into like Python improvement proposals and like various other improvement proposal for technology frameworks, if that makes sense. So yeah, Charles puts out this weekly MIPS update every Monday, and the contributing team that produces the Maker Relay, they do their best to also kind of conflate it and combine it into the weekly update, which is the Maker Relay. But here we go. So last week's activities. So we were actually on a little bit of a break week since August 31st was it was a Monday, and then the 4th is that Friday. So there were no polls or votes that happened last week related to the monthly governance cycle because of that little break. And then the September governance cycle is set to begin yesterday. So it began yesterday. This is the September governance cycle now. And so, yeah, the weekly MIPS update was also presented and is presented consistently on the Thursday governance and risk call. You can check that out. Our contributing team actually also produces a summary for those. So you can click on the timestamp there in the summary, and it'll link you like straight to Charles's update if you're interested in that specifically. And so yeah, let's talk about this week. So this week we have 2 days that things are happening on. So Monday, yesterday, is when the governance cycle began, as I mentioned, and then I believe tomorrow, yeah, September 9th, is the end of the formal submission period. So basically for these 3 days, any MIPS or subproposals that we're going through a request for comment phase or anything, their MIP authors are able to submit them for the monthly governance cycle now, right? So basically you have until tomorrow to do that. And so yeah, Thursday is our usual governance and risk meeting. It happens at the same time that this community call happens. For me, it's 12 Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what country you are in, but it happens more or less at the same time. And yeah, that's been pretty consistent. If it changes, just check the community calendar. And so yeah, Thursday is coming up, and the governance facilitator, Long for Wisdom, will perform the submission review on the weekly governance and risk call to determine which of the formally submitted MIPS and subproposals may be put forth for inclusion polls on Monday. So yeah, basically, we're going to talk on the Thursday call about which MIPS are being submitted. And so next week, September 14th to the 18th, is going to be a set of inclusion polls. Inclusion polls are basically the Maker protocol saying, hey, community, are we going to implement these MIPS or not? And so if they are implemented, like basically the discussion happens again on that Thursday call. You know, should we include this? Should we not include it? Hence the idea of the inclusion poll, right? So yeah. And then the last 2 weeks of the governance cycle, so these are basically week 1 and week 2. The last 2 weeks are also important. So I think the third week is what comes after inclusion poll? It goes inclusion poll. That I don't know. I'll tell you guys next week. Forgive my ignorance. All right. Other news. Collateral onboarding. So the PAX USD and USDT, yeah, that's Tether. Executive vote passed on September 5th and is available for execution tomorrow, September 8th. So that's actually today. and once executed, both collateral types are going to be added to the Maker protocol. And so, yeah, that's really exciting. I think this vote passed, and it is happening. So we have a couple new stablecoins on the block. And so, yeah, next month's planned collateral types, and I believe they're planned from the smart contracts domain team, the risk team, kind of whichever ones that they prioritize, based on the community sentiment as established in the Greenlit polls. Yeah, we're going to be doing comp, which is compounds token, link, which is Chainlink's token, and LRC, which is Loopring's token. And this one is actually being resubmitted because the first time around, I believe one voter disproportionately weighed the vote, and in the forums, I believe there was a signal request, and everybody agreed that LRC should be resubmitted because there was no obvious feedback from the whale that said no. There was kind of like no argument against it that was very obvious, and so the community has decided to give it another go. All right. September's collateral, forgive me. Okay, September's collateral onboarding community greenlight polls will go live September 21st. So once a month, I believe they run for a week. But there's greenlight polls that end by the end of the month. And basically it'll say whether the community actually wants it or not. And so far, a lot of them have been deferred. Some of them outright rejected. But in terms of the greenlight polls, yeah, it's kind of a signal just for the domain teams to do their work, because to say yes or no to a collateral is pretty simple. But to do a risk analysis, to do an Oracle analysis, to do a smart contract analysis, to do eventually a legal analysis, all of these things take time. And so Long for Wisdom has just done absolutely awesome work organizing all of this. And you could check it out here at the Collateral Status Index, and you could look at all the individual entries, and you could see what teams put what statuses up. And these, of course, are all the incomplete ones. The planned ones are over here, and you could see that there's different domain work happening, smart contracts work, etc., etc. So check that out. And also, we have a few different onboarding processes as we try to figure out how to kind of make it all easy. But we have a monthly cycle and a weekly cycle. The monthly stuff is kind of less prioritized. Weekly is more prioritized. Yeah, you guys get it. All right. Oracle's update. The executive vote to whitelist the Y-Earn finance on the ETHUSD Oracle passed last Thursday, and this actually made the ETH strategy that much more secure because they can rely on a battle-tested Oracle. And so, yeah, that happened, and it happened swiftly, which is really cool. The executive vote to add Argent as a light feed also passed on September 5th. I don't know if it also passed, but it passed on September 5th, and it's available for execution on September 8th, which is today. So Argent is getting brought on as a light feed, which is really cool. And if you're curious about what it means to be a light feed compared to like a regular feed in the land of oracles, just ask Nick. He has really great explanations as well. Just search the forums for light feed, dark feed. You'll check it out. But basically, it's a price feed that has a public reputation. So like in single collateral DAI, the 13 or 14 price feeds were all anonymous. There were, I think, maybe 2 or 3 people who knew who they all were, and they themselves didn't know who each other were, so nobody could like collude and corrupt the price oracle, right? But with light feeds, it's really great because you have a reputation to keep if you want to keep getting paid to post prices to the oracle. So Argent has taken up that role in being a light feed provider, and that passed pretty quickly. And I think the number of light feeds and dark feeds are growing, and the need for both of them is extremely important in any Oracle provider system. And so I think Maker is on a really great track there. So oracles, the TBTC Oracle whitelisting polling vote is going to go out tomorrow, September 8th, which is today. Sorry if that's confusing. Yeah. Oh yeah, some past update. There was an executive vote that activated liquidations 1.2. Now the cat has a litter box. Thank God. But for real though, this is part of like a greater effort to do liquidations 2.0, which is like I believe it's gonna have like Dutch auctions. Brian can check me there if I'm wrong on that, but because I like skimmed through the 2.0 post, or the one I can't remember. Doesn't matter. But either way, yeah, liquidations 1.2 was activated, and now liquidations are a little bit better. And the Black Thursday thing that happened is way less likely to happen now. And actually, MKR token holders bear the risk far more directly now than the vault holders who were victims of that zero bid problem. And so yeah, proposals in the conception phase. So these are a couple of MIPS that that community members have posted that that aren't even in the RFC phase. They're kind of in the help me like write this, draft this phase. So MIP 21 is real world assets, off-chain asset backed lender. In short, this proposal defines a MakerDAO module implementation for DAI borrowing with real world asset backed lenders. I'm gonna pretend to know what that means, but yeah, I should probably read that thread later. MIP 22, centrifuge direct liquidation module. So centrifuge is one of the providers, service providers for bridging real world assets with the protocol, and so they are proposing a way to actually liquidate collateral. And so a couple of, well, actually one sub proposal. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, my grandfather just wanted to drop something off for me. Anyway, so sub proposals. Declaration of intent and commercial points. You know what? I'll leave it to you guys to read this, but in short, this proposal defines a plan to diversify away from on-chain crypto assets and bring in uncorrelated real-world assets. Yeah, so as you could see, there's a theme here. Real-world assets are definitely in the conception phase, and it's exciting. It's definitely exciting. There's a number of proposals that the community can help with in the request for comment phase. There is the domain structures and roles, MIP. It's a proposal that provides a flexible and consistent structural framework for personnel working for the protocol within any domain, which is great that this is being formalized. MIP 20 is Vox, which is a derivative of the TRFM idea from the original purple paper for single collateral DAI, but the target price adjustment module, TPAM, also known as Vox, is actually a better version of the TRFM that lets us get back to $1. And Lev has done absolutely godly work just talking about it on the Thursday calls and presenting it and really pushing the idea to implement this as a tool for MKR voters. Of course, it's a tool that has to be understood by MKR voters, and hopefully that'll happen eventually. So I see there's like 6 minutes left. I'm going to start going a little bit faster. Protocol DAI transfer, I've mentioned this a few times, but it's just the way that actors in MakerDAO can transfer DAI from the protocol itself to any given expense. So like if we want to pay a risk team from the protocol, like how do we do that? Like what ETH address are you specifying? What's the contract call that you have to put in through governance? Like that's that. So this is a foundational part of the development of the protocol. So please help with that. All right, cool. MIP 17, weekly actual debt ceiling adjustments. This is a proposal for a MIP that kind of sets some logic in place for how we treat debt ceilings and how do we minimize the amount of votes that each individual MKR holder has to make in order to like manage this in a light way. So this is also in the request for comment phase and is a really interesting discussion. So highly suggest you check it out. And then just one sub-proposal in the RFC phase, which is the Strategic Reserves Fund. And this ties in nicely with the protocol DAI transfer. This kind of establishes an intent for creating a fund that, yeah, I guess this isn't a description. This is just a timing description. But yeah, it gives the Maker protocol a fund with which to fund further development, further growth, further etc. etc. There's I think a fuller description in the sub proposal. But yeah, this is just a declaration of intent. It doesn't actually implement like a new smart contract or anything like that. It's just signaling that MKR token holders are interested in doing something like this. It's similar to like a treasury. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, Brian said, "Yep, reverse Dutch auctions are coming in 2.0." So excited for that. All right, cool. So proposals in the formal submission phase so far. Ooh, so this is this month's formal submission phase so far. Let's see, when was this last updated? 13 hours ago. Okay, cool. So there is a DarkSpell mechanism MIP, which is finally coming out of the RFC phase. And so this is a proposal on how does the smart contracts domain team go about privately passing a solution to a bug, because the problem with putting up bug fixes in Maker is that Maker has this thing called a governance delay. So if a vote passes, the delay is set, I think right now it's 4 hours or 12 hours, I can't really remember. But yeah, if you put up a bug fix and a white hat or a black hat has 4 to 12 hours to figure out what this weird random code is, they're able to reverse engineer the bug fix and possibly exploit the system. And so in order to have security around bug fixes, there needs to be a protocol in place for passing a fix through Maker governance with the aid of the most respected kind of trusted parties, maybe an external auditor, maybe, and also just kind of technically how you do it, because the code that you actually put up, even for a second, should be obfuscated in like the best way. And so there's a lot to it, but I'm glad to see that it's in the formal submission phase. Will has been doing a great job spearheading that. We got 2 minutes left, and we're almost at the end. Okay, cool. So a couple of sub-proposals, declaration of intent, a DAI flash mint module. This is really interesting, kind of piggybacking off of Aave. The idea is, why doesn't the Maker protocol just make a flash mint module? What if, if you're generating DAI and returning it in the same transaction, there technically shouldn't be an issue if the counterparty is the Maker protocol itself, right? Since it's not really a counterparty, it's just a piece of technology. Whatever, I'm getting into meta. That's the declaration of intent. There's nothing being implemented, but it shows interest. And so the other one is domain work requirements for loopring, and this is just all the domain work requirements. And I think that we're also going to see domain work requirements for Pax and Tether, if that didn't already happen as part of the weekly cycle. All right, we got a minute. New and ongoing. Yeah, I'll leave this to you guys, but for the last minute, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second and say thank you for coming on. I'm gonna move this way. Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you for coming on. This was really interesting, to say the least. And so yeah, if you are watching and you're interested in becoming a part of the MakerDAO community, join us on Rocket Chat. Join us on the forums, and yeah, join the community. It's a great community, and we need great people. So thank you very much, and we will see you next Tuesday. Take care, guys.